high cost of electricity and what have you. Now, this morning I get to be joined by someone who is power savvy. That's right. I have to describe him that way because he has been in the power sector, has worked in the power sector right from the days of NEPA that we've all known up until today. NEPA, second light. NEPA. Right from that time up until now. So he's power savvy. It's going to be pointing some directions to us when it comes to power. Join me in welcoming to the program the MD CEO of Ibom Power Company, Engineer Main. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and good morning to viewers.
Now, like I said, just start a discussion on power. How is electricity? And you see people jumping. We don't have enough power. The voltage is short. What is government doing? We don't know what the power distribution companies are doing. People will say all sorts of. You will try to shape us, point us to the right direction when it comes to power. I'd love to start by, bringing Akwa Ibom people up to date on Ibom Power Company. At the moment, can you bring us up to speed?
Yeah, thank you very much. When we talk of power, there's so many types of power. Political power.
Electric power.
Okay, if you talk of electric power. So electric power, being generated, from a source. Like Ibom Power is a generating company. You can call it a generator, just like the one you have in your house. And the business of Ibom Power, its job, the act that established it, is to generate electric power. It didn't say to transmit, to distribute, and sell electric power. Edicts that established NEPA, we are talking about. That is Decree 24 of 1st April 1972, signed by government, was for NEPA to generate, to transmit, distribute, and sell power to Nigerians and people living in Nigeria, even though now we sell to outside Nigeria.
Okay.
So it depends on the act that established it. So if then, under Governor Otta, the House of Assembly brought up the bill to establish Ibom Power to generate electricity, that is where it stopped. So if it has said it will transmit, distribute, and sell power to Akwa Ibom mines and to Nigerians, is a different thing. So that is what is trying to come up now.
Yeah.
So Electricity Act of even 2005 ESPR, electric sector reform, power reform, held on from 2005 during Obasanjo till last year. There was a reform 2003 by Buhari administration. And now power will be removed from exclusive list. They said it was number 61, don't know, to concurrent lists, which means now a state, an organization, can generate, transmit, distribute, and sell power to its customers. Yes, that doesn't make Ibom Power to go into that now until government itself, the owner, which is Akwa Ibom state government, turn things to be like that. Akwa Ibom state government is the sole owner of Ibom Power. That is the only state-owned electricity company in Nigeria. That is generation company.
Okay.
There were two, Omoko in Port Harcourt But the federal government during the NIPP took over Omoko. It was only Ibom Power that survived. You know, the federal government didn't take over, but they gave an aid. So, Ibom Power is to generate power. And when it generates power, since it doesn't have its transmission line, distribution line, and this to sell, it goes on grid, what we call grid. And the grid is called National Grid, that is at Oshogbo, NCC, Nigeria, center that controls all the power generated in the country, except you are what we call off grid. You may be on cap. You have a generator generate 1 megawatt to feed your houses and studio and everything. Once it is 1 megawatt, you have to go to NEC, Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission. But if it is below 1 megawatt, say 999 kilowatts, but once it is 1 megawatt, you go. So our own installed capacity of Ibom Power is 191 megawatts. So we are subject to the regulation by NEC, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEMSA, NEMCO, everything. We pass DN, which is the sole wheeler of electricity in the country. It's the sole wheeler of electricity from one point to the other. So when we generate DN wheel the power through the transmission line from Ikorabasi to Iket, now we have a Kamaz 1 by 60 MVA transformer, which can take load up to 48 megawatt for the 5 local government areas surrounding it. When you get to Iket, it will drop load. We have 1 by 45, 1 by 60 MVA transformer at Iket that fits the whole of Iket, the whole of Oro Nation, and so on. We move from Iket 50 kilometers to Yo Afaube. Afaube has 3 by 60 MVA transformer. 160 is 48 megawatt times 3, 144 megawatt. In fact, Akwa Ibom State cannot get that power. The whole 144, we in Akwa Ibom don't consume up to 144. The highest we can go, if the light should be about 1 megawatts.
And people will quickly ask, why are we not, enjoying these dividends?
And this why is where we are still moving to, because why, it's a long tail something. So once Ibom Power generates power and puts on the grid, if you come to our station, behind there you have what we call switch yard. Switch yard is an assemblage of electrical equipment, that is like disconnectors, switches, that is isolators, current transformers, that is to control the power. Once it is on the grid, we have a line from there, 132 kV line. From there to Iket, like I have said, we don't have on that line again. If that line collapses today, it's DCN that will repair. Currently, there have been some degree of vandalism, which we have not. I have personally called the AGM top region, the work center manager here, the regional manager at Port Harcourt, that this line should not fall. Once it collapses, Akwa Ibom with the Ibom Power is gone until further notice. So they should do something immediately about it. Once it gets power to it, gets power to Yo T2, an entity in the NESI, that is Nigerian Electricity Supply Industry, NESI, which is distribution, will take over. It's like a relay race button. It's change. We generate change button to transmit, wheel the power, get to distribution center. The change button to is to plant poles, put distribution transformers, take power out, and cells is to connect to the houses and collect money. So you must put it distribution and sales. If you stop at distribution, no trading then. Except you want to do social amenity and all those stuff. So Ibom Power is doing its own business of generating power. We have 3 units. One unit, GT1, is 38 megawatt. Second one, GT2, is 38 megawatt. They call them frame 6B, that's GE standard, 38. Then we have the third one, frame 9E, that's G standard. That one megawatts itself alone. That one can supply the whole of Akwa Ibom. Everything be, because that is where you are looking for, where the things will be equal. So
are the 3 units working at the moment?
One unit has been down since 2012.
Okay. I needed to get that confirmation
before I even get there. It crashed. I don't know. I think it was due to malfunctioning for one reason, maybe either lack of maintenance or whatever, and so on.
Okay.
So that one crashed.
Okay.
Then 2 units remain. GT3 was the one I met on ground. GT2 was never commissioned in Ibom Power. It is when I came with the board, we worked towards that and fixed GT2. Brought it up in, I think, October 2001 to join GT3. So those 2 are working right now. But even right now, we have some problems. Problems is not problem. The national grid right now is experiencing a lot of turbulence. Every time you want to collapse, you want to throw off load, because once other power stations come up, you have to load the grid to about 4,500 to 5,000 megawatts, and the distribution not taking the load. They will develop high frequency. Yes, the frequency for Nigeria in power is 50 Hz. America 60 Hz. We and Britain run 50 Hz. Once it gets to 50.3, 50.1 will still be manageable. 50.2. Once it gets to, you hear Oshogbo us in Ibom Power. Drop your load. Drop your load. That's ram down. You have to ram down. Maybe you were on 100 megawatts. You say bring that to 70. This morning by 6, they say we should bring down to 10 megawatts. 10 megawatts. How many places do you want to fit if that is the case?
When you are giving such directive, what becomes the impact?
What becomes the impact is that it's weighing down on the machine efficiency. That is a load was on 70 or 100. So bring down to 10 to 30, and this. So it will shake the system. Your machine is affected, the efficiency, and nobody cares about that or pays about that. To carry a big something to be carrying, the boy will become old very soon on his own and so on, compared to the other boy that is drinking Milo and eating egg and doing all this stuff. But this one, no maintenance. So you continue to bring down. They will say, okay, come up to 40. This and that. So you're doing the business of It's not like that in overseas. It's not like that in the other world. Before you bring down load, you have to pay compensation. You pay compensation because I was on 100 megawatts. If I bring down to 70, bring down even up to, you pay me for the power.
Pay the
I'm
company.
not. Yes, you should pay me for the power you say I should put off, because my machine is running the gas. You know, we convert gas to energy.
Okay.
This electricity. Even if they crash your machine, nobody's paying anything. Nobody. Instead, they blame you. You are not producing. You are not this. So it's a very difficult environment.
Okay. Let me bring that to the aspect of the layman. For instance, who lack electricity for weeks, and then all of a sudden there's power is restored, and the voltage is maybe too high, and you hear people complain, "No, everything in my house was damaged," and nobody gets to pay for it. You know, I believe that's the situation you're talking about for the company, and we the people also get that. You know, that impact. We'll get to talk about
on
this
it from the distribution
end. Yes, from the distribution end this time around. Now, before I allow you to talk again about, you know, the importance of this, you know, improved maintenance facilities. Quite when people will not forgive me if I don't ask you. You get information from the power sector. You know, what really happened some weeks back when, you know, there had to be blackouts
for 12 days.
Yes, in Akwa Ibom.
What happened was that the sole supplier of gas to Ibom is called Savannah Energy. That is Agro Gas.
Okay.
They had written to NEC, Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, that they will go on their annual maintenance for kept the time and then shifted it when it was not convenient. This maintenance has to be approved by NEC. It's not just done. Even we, when we want to go on maintenance, say turbine, GT1, GT3, GT, we have to write to NEC to inform TCN and all others. So, they had written, and the time to go on the maintenance came. Now they knock off the gas, so we didn't have gas to generate at Ibom Power. The demons that cut the line from Aba G2, that's supposed to be the way out. That when we are not exporting power, we should be importing. You understand? When we are not sending on grid out to Aba, we should be getting back from Aba. We're supposed to be getting about 55 megawatts from Aba because of our line from it to Aba. It cannot carry more than that, because if it goes above that, it will. So that line also snapped. That's cut off.
Okay.
The breaker had problem. So why Agro Gas didn't give Ibom Power gas, Aba couldn't link up to it. So we were cut off like in an island. That is how I reported this to Minister of Power on Thursday 15th of last month, August, to a meeting. And I told him, Honorable Minister, as we are seated, the Akwa Ibom is in darkness. And he asked me what was the problem. Agro Gas was on maintenance. This gospel in various fora for over 10 years. TCN should change this line. That line was built about 1978, the very year they commissioned Calabar 2 Road. Have you seen Calabar 2 Road? They're trying to do again. that line was commissioned about them. So the conductor, everything and so on. They have reconducted some other lines, say Ikorodu to Shagamu, this all over the country, everywhere. This one we have preached the gospel, we have pressurized. We even told the governor when he visited the Bompawa. I think the governor was willing and is still willing to assist in that project. And the money should be paid back on willing charges. By,
Is it is it a federal government
it's
project
a
or
TCN,
Okay.
TCN project.
Okay.
No
That's
state,
a transmission company of
no
Nigeria.
state is operating on transmission. There are two transmission voltages, 330 and 132, maintained by TCN. Distribution maintains 33 and 11 kV with 415. Those ones going to the houses. That is it. So TCN, they were in that meeting. Asked them, have you seen Akwa Ibom is in darkness? That is when they woke up. So they wanted to put a transformer at Ikorodu. It's the biggest hub, biggest substation in the east.
Okay.
It's bigger than Onitsha, than Enugu New Haven. It's bigger than Aba Lauchi. It's bigger than Afam, Port Harcourt. So 12 circuits, in fact, and 4 are living for Gwaji. So Ikorodu has no transformer. If there was a transformer at Ikorodu to step down, say 1 by 150, a 150 MVA transformer can give 120 megawatt, which can take the whole state. The power coming from Taba, Odopani, 2 lines coming from Afam, or the 2 lines coming from Alauji, we would have had power on 330 and step it down to 132 and send it to the state. Because we would have stepped down to 132, even to go to 33 and link up the line at Ikorodu to you. That is on 33 because we don't have 132 yet. So we would have used 33 to even backfeed to you and get power and some money. But it's been done for years and the gospel has been preached everywhere. It was in that meeting that MD of TCN told me that he has written to NDP, allow them to award the contract to step down for Ikorodu at that point, so that this kind of will be eliminated. So
because next year now, Savannah Company will still do their maintenance, their annual maintenance.
Yes.
Prepared. The power stakeholders prepared.
The whole country is Nigeria prepared.
Is Nigeria prepared?
So, and a case, if it was like Aba, the geometry at Aba, that is the new Aba power station. The power station is about 188 megawatts. But it's not built on 132. It's built on 11 and 33. That is distribution voltage.
Okay.
They don't need to go on grid to take power to Sokoto or Medugri or Calabar or this. They generate their power at Aba and distribute to 9 local government areas around.
We've heard them talk about
Abia
it.
has about 17 local government areas. It's not all that is covered by. On 33 kV, you shouldn't go above 70 kilometer on the line, say 66, because as you go the voltage is dropping. Voltage drops seriously. So the 9 local government areas surrounding Aba or closer are fed on that, because you just generate and distribute, you don't generate and transmit.
Okay.
So Ibom Power was not designed like that. Ibom Power was designed to be on grid. It's not designed to be on grid on 132. Ibon Power, when we generate from our generating, that is from the turbines and so on, we go up, yes, 10.8, 11 kV, we step up to 132.
Okay.
But Aba just generate on 33 and send the power to the line. When it run to a village community, they may put a transformer, 3311 injection substation. You know, injection substation like the one we have at 4 lane. Commission 3311 2 by 15 MVA substation. So Aba will do like that at various centers, various local government areas. So once they generate, they will give power to the people. But also, about 100% free from problem. They have problem of gas also.
Okay.
Can stay 1 week or 2 weeks, they don't have the gas. And gas payment now is serious. It's not commensurate with the reflective tariff they have to collect, because Aba does not fix tariff by itself. You have to go with NEC tariff. So that is why they have NEC with the federal government to fix. But federal government cannot free you. So they also have their own problem of tariff, of gas. You know, if you don't get this reflective tariff, machines change, do something, and the gas at Ibon Power $2.8 per standard cubic feet. What I mean BTU. That is $2. Gas is sold in dollars, but power is sold in naira to the people. You see conversion. You see the change. Yesterday, I listened, I watched television. The gas, the exchange rate was 1,580. They say central bank will give $20 to BDC. That is already changed. So, what will be the black market? Where in central bank will you get exchange to buy some things you need? For us to do small maintenance, like when we do MI and GT3.
What's MI?
Major inspection.
Okay.
That is what refinery deceive people all over the world and said turn around maintenance, and they never did one. And they are earning salaries. So $4.2 million by GE who install the turbine and all those things. So we need money. Not that this money could be stolen somewhere or do this. If the government allow the power industry to generate, transmit, sell, and fix their tariff, many Nigerians will not be able to pay for electricity. That is why government.
If the state government had to do that.
Federal.
Yeah. I'm going
The
to
state
ask
government. The state government is going to be serious, but let me tell you, like the consultant said before the House of Assembly that we appeared day before yesterday, every state out of the 4 states is being subsidized by naira every month.
Their governments.
Every month by the federal government.
By the federal, not the states.
Federal. We have not yet gone into ASEC, that's Akwa Ibom State Electricity Regulatory Commission. When we go in there, it means we will generate, transmit, distribute, and sell. But there is a tariff shortfall. With tariff, will the state balance that shortfall? And the federal government balancing 3 billion per month to PHDC. So these 4 states, they are giving about 12 billion naira. That's why when they try to joke, say band A, band B, band this, a little movement. If we are to charge reflective tariff, it's going to be serious. You have the truth. Somebody, as we were coming here, said they are selling at about 1,500 naira per liter. Uyo, whether 1,400 or wherever. So, because the thing is just kicking on its own like that. So, it's electricity.
Okay. After your appearance at the House of Assembly, I remember having a conversation with some people. You know how I said earlier on, just talk about an issue and people will jump in. People say, if the state government should come in, start distributing. Akwa Ibom State, for instance, our government is usually very, very lenient. They will subsidize power for the people. But now we've heard from you, we've seen a picture of what the situation will be if Akwa Ibom, the state government becomes a distributor of power to its people. We've seen a clear picture of if and all of that. Now let me come to people in some local governments where they rarely have power. I know they could come consult you, so let me use this platform for you to address them. What can they do? I know of Itinan, I know of Abak. They rarely have power in those two local governments that are quite close to us. What can the local government chairman do?
Abak supposed to than other places, because during NIPP, National Integrated Power Project, the station is built there near that we have been seeing that substation near, is it the library or somewhere?
Yeah.
Somewhere there. It's 2 by 7.5 MVA substation. The same thing we wanted to replicate at Temekpo, exactly 7.5. That substation was completed, but the transformers that are back was on 33,415 straight. When you take voltage at 33, you step down to 415. That is this line that crosses the village, your house, multiple houses. Whereas the substation was designed to be 11,415.
Not 33.
Not 33. The people who designed it and how the contract was awarded, and so I'm not going to talk about that side. The contract on the table to design, to do this, without taking into cognizance what was operating at Abak. If Abak substation was 33,415, that is the substation itself.
Okay.
They would have taken line from, that is all the transformers at about 33,415. So now when they finish that substation, they were to replace those transformers. The transformers from 33 to 11,415.
Okay.
That can be easily done because you are even moving from higher voltage to low, so you don't need to change some of those materials. All you need is the transformer itself to change and some few things. Transformers 20 11,415 were back urban. They will be having power throughout. But because of this, move up to Ekbarakwa. All those villages, local governments were built on 33,415. Why did they build with 33? because 33 can go a long distance, like up to 70 kilometers, but 11, both maybe 30, 23 kilometers. So all these designs, when you are doing a project, should be taken into consideration. So now that substation is moribund. They have vandalized all things inside and back. If power is to be run by this state, Akwa Ibom state, they have to rehabilitate, that is rehabilitate substation, the 2 by 7.5 MVA. It's only that the people have not removed the transformer. Maybe it's up to 200 and something million now. One, that is a 7.5. So that is why ABAC does not get power. And PHEDC says that the line they sent to back to Iparakwa, to back to Obiokpa, that university and all that, is called high loss line. That they don't pay bill on it. The line that the teaching hospital is on. We gave teaching hospital about 2 to 3 transformers at that time, but they don't have the power. We tried to make a dedicated line from a hospital to PHDC will not use their money, they wait for state government for everything. And the state government, so it's not them collecting the money. It's not, once you finish, they go and be billing teaching hospital and all those places. So it's all affected. So they put lights on that line once a week. Can be 3 times a month. Anyhow they feel. So that is how ABAC is. Etinan is, and this is close to Eket. And Eket has a major substation. But they have 2 transformers, 1 by 60, which is 48 megawatt, 1 by 45, which is 36 megawatt. If you add, they have up to about 84 megawatts of power seated there at Eket, which they suppose to pump into Etinan, pump to Oron, Eket, and everywhere. And some of the lines are dilapidated. Some lines, the towers are broken. Let me tell you, during COVID 2020, we lost 70 poles in Akwa Ibom State. PHEDC did not bring one. 70 poles. SSG, Dr. Kuwe, and told him Akwa Ibom has lost 70 poles.
Were they being vandalized?
You know, wind, everything, that is the rain. And the heat behind the excuse that they cannot bring poles from Port Harcourt during COVID. That is this. Why are you bringing Port Harcourt when it can be manufactured in Uyu everywhere? Why did you do that? Really, I told the SSG, but the state had no option than to put back for the sake of the citizens. So a lot of things. When I was SSA Power, we've installed over 500 distribution transformers in this state. I mean the 31 local government area, because I've gone in go to everywhere, corridor in Ika, everywhere, Mbo. We've installed over 500 distribution. Well, if you bring in PHDC to interview, you ask them how many they have installed and where and where. So that's it. The state government, if it's going to do, 6 states have gotten their licenses now.
Yeah.
Ekiti, Oyo, this. By the time we get our license to transmit, and distribute and sell power. You know, House of Assembly is making, a law. Now, after the government will sit down, implement what they are writing, because they will have a Akwa Ibom state electricity.
Okay. It
So
will no longer depend
It's
on
not
NERC.
the NEC.
Okay.
NEC, you just go for information and other things like other. Now you see health. Now you can do some things. Education, the same thing.
Okay.
So power will be the same thing you can do, but the state will take full responsibility for running its own power. How it wants to be run, what will be the tariff people will pay, whether they will be able to pay, state government will subsidize, and all those things.
Okay.
It will be in the hand of the government.
Okay, so as we begin to wind down on our conversation this morning, let's talk about accountability. Every now and then, infographics from NEC, you see their jingles. They are asking us to hold the power distribution companies responsible, to repair power facilities. We can't do that here. I've not seen people. I've not read the distribution company to except people go and call them. Sometimes they'll ask the communities, you have to contribute before we can do it for you. If you want it to be fixed early, or else you wait forever. Now we have local government autonomy. We should start from there. How can we, through the various local government, through our leaders from the grassroots, how
I think my wife lost her flight 2 days in Abuja to return to you.
Yeah.
She has bought the ticket fixed. They said they have cancelled the flight. Who does the CEO responsible? Accountable. Went back the following day, 10 a.m. Body, even the airline was receiving something from his phone, some money from people and fixing them.
In people's flights.
And my wife got angry. She still left. That day she did. And so on. Who is holding who responsible in this country until there is a perfect law? Even in the hospital that they give a child wrong and they die, who goes for it? So the country gets what it's what it really wants. As you have said, when this goes to give you power in your house, you live, and you go back, they have taken the power and everything you have finished got spoiled. What do? You call your lawyer in a civilized society.
That's right.
So file for so case. You calculate your pot of very costly these days. No pot of effort, what that will be. So, and the case is either the company beg you to withdraw or they will settle out of this. But here, like you have said, they have spoiled everything. The pole is broken, not the transformer. They over-connect the existing the state government mounted, overloading, the place explode. I have a transformer today to have even gone to commission or check the 18 and so on.
Okay.
We are doing on our own from Ibom Power. The people don't do anything again. It's very annoying. Nothing. They wait for government for everything. So even materials they will in the store, even if they have, you hear them say, we have to buy so. We have to buy mosquito to do this, connect that and this. and every house, with the help of people straight. Quickly they enter all people houses. PHDC, NEPA said they should contribute 15,000. By the time you go 15,000 to 10 people, 150, maybe the 50 goes to the boys. So it's going to be held responsible. Even the vandalism of the transformer. This in my village, my very village, we have repaired. I'm not repairing it again, so they wouldn't have light till Jesus come or somebody else be angel before Jesus will come. Before they have even gotten one boy now whose business is to cut those cables and sell to our neighbors. You know what I mean by our neighbors.
Yeah.
It's not really our boys there that steal. That is, they pick up, follow them at the back, go and cut that something. Our boys, do you know we have 500 mm cable, 25 this, that. There are some cable up to 85,000 per meter, cable of 45,000, cable of 25,000 per meter. Okay, 20 meters from the transformer as an upriser, you go to the line. Then somebody go and cut it even 5 meters. Go and sell somebody for 7,000 to collect the money and smoke shisha or whatever. Okay. And say, yes, let it be, this government. What do I get? That is, let it pay them. Does it pay the governor, commissioner? Do they come to live there? Of my village, we gave you transfer. This time they say it's a madman that broke the bushing, but thank God that there was no line, because that madness would have turned him to a real man that day. If he had witnessed KV, he would have become normal by now. So the boys went and cut. Even when they drain the oil, transformer oil, one drum now is 582,000. Government in a 300 kVA transformer, buy 1.5 drum and put it. If it is 500 transformer, buy 2 drums, 1 point something million, fix the transformer. Let me tell you, 500 kVA transformer now, ABB 33415. So last week was about 8. But now I don't know whether it has climbed to 20 or so. 300 is 14.5 million. So which government will give you a transformer? You go and spoil and you come back
and get another one.
And say this. So a lot of things. When we want to run our electricity, a lot of things have to be put in order. Good. House of Assembly is drafting the law, so they will look. Remember 1984. I don't know how old you were, but I was in NEPA Calabar. NEPA Calabar that time as a pupil officer. You know, Idi Agbon and that government of Buhari came up with a decree 2. If you vandalize NEPA property, communication or anything, it was death sentence. Remember, yeah. It was death sentence then, decree 2. Such that nobody, even if you are pressed, you cannot urinate or transformer 1 kilometer, so that nobody will
go close,
catch you that you vandalize the transformer. It was death sentence, and transformers were intact even on the highways, everywhere. You remember?
So you recommend such?
I don't recommend because I didn't read law. Most I will I recommend when I'm a Christian. Do I want people to be killed? Okay. So let the House of us.
Sir, your Akwa people, as one who is savvy, who understands the business of power. You're cutting short of Akwa people.
Well, if I say it, people don't really believe me. Akwa Ibom is one of the most favored, state, and will be the best state for power because that we need to do power in Akwa Ibom is the biggest hub.
Yeah.
There is a substation at the Korabasi behind Ascon, 3 by 150 MVA transformer, which can produce 316 megawatt of power to 8 Ascon and everywhere. Ascon itself has 6 turbines, each is 90 megawatt times 6, 540. Ibom Power everywhere. We were to start UIPP at Mobile this thing in Ebeno, though that project didn't go through again. So is to coordinate all this, and we take a look at Ibom Power. Ibom Power was built 2001, and don't forget we are running that power station with gas. Gas is about heat, is heating turbine, and this turbine is supposed to run 24 hours a day. Even an aeroplane you fly, when you get to Lagos, you will land and stay for 1 before they call for another body.
Yeah.
When it comes, you can leave. A turbine runs 24 hours. The only thing that happened to a turbine, what we call spinning reserve, one turbine on reserve, one on, then the other are running. If this one has problem, you bring in the one on spinning reserve to replace it. That is when the other turbine will rest. The turbine is not supposed to rest, it's supposed to run. And these turbines, they will likely run towards 25 years. Wear and tear every week, every month. There was a time in Ibom Power, we run for 180 days non-stop. There is nothing, no problem, nothing. We were running. Ibom Power has done some feats, like when the system collapsed 2 times early this year. Ibom Power was quite Ibom, but the people didn't understand until I had email from Washington DC say, what are you doing to get power in Akwa Ibom, and the whole nation is not having power. But it's not everything you tell people. There are some things that you reserve as intellectual property that you can go with it and don't leave it all the time. So I promise Akwa Ibom people, you have the best future for power when it comes to 36 states in this country, because we connected to Ibom Power. That gas pipeline has never been vandalized. But if you go to Egbe, which is the biggest power station, 1,320 megawatts with 6 turbines, every time the gas pipeline from Escrafos is being vandalized everywhere. We don't suffer that in, and we were the first to get a license, that's Ibom Utility, to start our own business. So when all these laws are put in place, the government will put the right people, what they call the expert, let them see it, and then they can get advisory. Not that somebody is frying akara. You bring to be draw transmission line, or draw line through from one local government to the other. Or know the type of transformer you want to put here, how many kVA or this. Let those ones take decision somewhere, but not in the in the design and the construction and this. So we have the best future. Akwa Ibom, anywhere you go, people talk about Akwa Ibom when it comes to power. And so
Akwa Ibom people, in the past years, Akwa Ibom, we are favored of power. The right laws, have the right people in the right place, and then we the people appreciate what we have. We try to protect vandals and what have you, and then we do all within our means to hold our distribution companies, the ones on ground at the moment, we hold them to book in whatever ways that we can. Thank you so very much for your time. That's all we have. 20M45. Join us next week, Wednesday, for another edition. Remember, it's the month of September. It's the birth month of Akwa Ibom State. We'll be celebrating Akwa Ibom in our next edition. My name is Ekere. On behalf of the crew, thank you. Do have a pleasant day.